Are you ready? Turn. Ah. Okay, good girl. Go, go, go. You'll teach next time. We're going to do a more advanced one. Okay, thanks for joining me. I'm happy that you're here. This is meant to be. This practice is for you. I hope you get a lot of benefit out of it. And with that, bring your palms towards your heart center. Close your eyes and begin by taking a few deep breaths into your belly, out of your nostrils, into your belly, holding at the top and exhaling slowly out. Setting an intention for this practice. It could be more mobility in the hips, more self-love, self-care, more compassion. You can even set a few intentions. Allow them to be incorporated in your postures, accepting where you are, not judging, just loving every part of you. And now let's set an intention for something higher than us. Maybe set an intention for improvement to the lives of the people around us, especially those who live in fear and sadness and pain, sending them more love, sending love to the earth and the oceans throughout the practice, allowing our practice to be dedicated to something higher than us. And with that, releasing the palms, taking a few more breaths here. And just beginning our practice with rolling out our neck, just because our necks are so tight. So bring the right ear to the right shoulder and gently roll out the neck down, bringing left ear to the left shoulder. Holding it here. Once again, roll the neck. And roll the neck the other way. Elongate the spine, taking the time to roll the neck back and forward and back. And gently switch directions. And once you're done, make your way to a standing position. I will lift my camera up. Come up to a standing. Stand tall. Prepare yourself for a vinyasa flow. So begin by inhaling your hands up overhead, stretch up. Exhale, release hands by your side. Stand for a moment in Tadasana, closing your eyes, finding your balance. Bringing your heart forward, chest open. And again, inhaling hands overhead. And this time, bending at the hips, swan dive down. Bend all the way. And then inhale for halfway lift. And hold it here for a few breaths. Spine is straight, neck is relaxed. You're looking down. Taking a few breaths here. And then exhale, release into a fold. Walk your hands into a plank. And come down, chaturanga. Bending the elbows alongside the body. Inhaling for upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling for down dog. Stay here for a few breaths. Take your time in this down dog. You can bend the knees to begin opening up the body. Bending one knee, then the other. Or bending both knees at a time. Releasing the heels towards the floor. pressing against the floor with your hands to open up the shoulders. And we'll do that once again, walking your feet towards your hands. Inhaling for halfway lift, hold it here, flat back, looking down at the floor. Exhale, fold at the hips. And then inhale, rise up, bringing your hands overhead, stretch up. Exhale, sweep your hands down. Again, take a moment in Tadasana, standing mountain pose. And inhaling, hands overhead, stretch up. Exhale, bend at the hips, one dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Bring your hands on your shins. Take a moment and breathe here. Exhale down into the floor. Find your way into plank. Bending the elbows alongside the body. Inhaling for upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling for down dog. And this time taking your right leg overhead. Oh, stretch that leg up overhead. Exhale, bend the knee. Bring that foot in between your hands and come up with your hips lined up. So you can come up with your hands on your hips to make sure that the hips lined up. My toes are on the floor, my back foot. My heel is lifted up. I'm sorry you can't see that. And now inhale, both hands overhead, facing each other. Taking a few breaths here, finding your drishti point, your focus point, and sitting into that knee as much as you can, really activating those muscles. Make sure the knee is over the ankle. It's not going too forward or too back. Your knee should be right in line. Taking one more breath, stretch up. Exhale, release your hands to the floor for plank. Bringing your front foot back and exhaling down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, down dog. Taking a breath here. And inhale, left leg up into the air. Exhale, left leg in between your hands. Inhaling, rising up. Once again, you can rise up with your hands if you want. If you're comfortable and you see that your hips are lined up, I saw that you already were doing it intuitively, so feel free. Hold it here for a few breaths. You are your own master. You are your own guru, Drew. So if this feels good, then do it. Just make sure your hips are lined up, but if you're used to this posture, you can adjust with your hands up in the air. One more breath, stretch up. Exhale, sweep your hands down, back into a plank. And take your way down to chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, down dog. I see so far so good. And inhaling, right leg up. Exhale, bring it in between your hands. And we're gonna open up into warrior. So once again, make sure that the knee is right over that ankle. Back foot is straight. Come seated down as much as you can. Hands are shooting energy from both fingertips, so these hands are strong and activated. Taking a few breaths here. And exhale your hands down into a triangle. You can bring either your elbow onto your knee, or if you're more advanced, you can bring your elbow alongside the knee. Find your peace fingers and stick them in between your big toe and middle toe. Sorry, big toe, yes, right there in between. And then look up towards your hand. Again, hands are activated. The top hand is reaching towards the sky. The bottom hand is reaching towards the floor. And this time, straighten the front foot and keep your hands here. Just lengthening that front foot. Keeping your hands here, taking a breath here. And then once again, bend the knee. And this time we're doing a little twist. So I think we've done this before. Take your right hand behind your back, take your left hand behind your back, and then try to grab your hands together. Wrap yourself into a pretzel. And this is a challenging one. If you want to try, you want to bring your back foot closer to the front one, and then you try and get up. Find your balance on the left foot and take your right foot up. And you can play with this. And if you fall, it's okay, try again. Whew. And come back down when you're ready. Back to warrior. Exhale, your hands cartwheel down into a plank. And once again, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, down dog. Taking a few breaths here. And taking it over to the left side, inhaling, left leg up. Exhale, bring that left foot in between your hands and cartwheel your hands out to warrior. So once again, make sure the knee is over the heel, not too far, and then sit as much as you can. Back foot is straight. Taking a few breaths here, activate your hands, shoot that energy out from both fingertips. Sit down more, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, release into triangle, looking up towards your right hand. Left hand is against that knee, pushing against that knee, and then you can take your fingertips and put them in between your big toe. And make sure that you're not putting too much weight on that left hand, stretch up. Exhale, open up that left foot, straighten it, and keep looking up towards the sky. And release back into warrior, and find your way into a pretzel. Bring that right foot closer to the left, and bring that left foot up. Oh, much better on this side. See if you can grab your hands. This is a true hip opener and a balancing posture. And when you're ready, release back into warrior and cartwheel your hands down into a plank. Come down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, down dog. Walking your hands or your feet towards each other. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, come to a seated posture, Utkatasana. So sit down as much as you can, hands overhead. Squeeze that belly in. Take a moment here. Find peace and balance. And when you're ready, open up the legs about 3 inches apart. Bring the toes slightly in, pigeon toe. And then exhale, come down slowly, the center of your body. Bring your hands underneath your head and continue to bring your body towards the floor, the top of the body. Let the head hang loose here. And take a moment to stretch. So make sure that you're using your core muscles, like really squeezing the core muscles, breathing in. And if you're able to, see if you can grab the opposite elbows behind your back and let your neck hang loose, hang heavy, grabbing the opposite elbows behind your back. And release your hands to the floor, walking the right and the left hand, and then bring the right hand overhead while holding on to your right ankle with your left hand. Looking up, twisting open the hips and the spine. Exhale, release, coming back to center, walking your hands over to the left side this time, bringing your right hand to wrap around your left heel and inhaling the left hand up. Looking up towards the left hand, stretch up. And exhale, release, come back to center. And gently begin to make your way back up. Bringing your feet back together. Inhaling, hands overhead. Exhale, bring the right hand underneath the left. We're going into our eagle pose here. So do the best you can to wrap your hands all the way around. If you can't, just hold on to opposite elbows or shoulders. But if you can, see if you can bring those hands around and then sit down as much as you need to. Find your drishti, so look at something that is not moving. And then take your right leg over the left, right knee over the left, and wrap those toes as much as you can around the calf muscle. And then find your balance. If you can bring your palms together in prayer underneath the nose, then suck the belly in, squeeze the glutes together, and try to lengthen the spine. Sit down more, find a balance, opening all 14 major joints of the body. If you're losing balance, squeeze those core muscles, squeeze your glutes together, sit down more, and release. Inhaling, hands overhead, straight into the left side. Left elbow comes underneath the right, squeezing the hands together and then finding them into prayer pose. And then sit down as much as you can and take that left knee over the right. And then bring those toes around the calf muscle as best as you can. And then sit down, lengthen the spine, find your drishti. Bring those hands underneath the nose and then try to line up. Knees line up with the elbows, everything lines up in the body. Squeeze the pelvic muscles to help you balance. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs, and then lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, bring the right hand and right foot in front of you. And then round the spine, looking down at your chest. Bringing your hands down towards the floor. Holding onto the floor. And then see if you can bring that forehead onto the knee. Onto the right knee as much as you can. If you need to bend the knee to bring the forehead to the knee, go ahead and do so. Bend that knee, bring that forehead to the knee. And here you can begin to open up that knee by pressing the forehead into the knee. Your hips are supposed to be in line, and they are, if someone was looking at you from above, one hip is not more prominent than the other. They're both lined up correctly. Bring that forehead to the knee. And inhale, round back up. Chin comes up last, hands together, overhead, stretch up. And pivot over to the left side. Exhale, bend down, squeeze the throat. In and round to the left side. Bringing the left knee to the forehead, bending that knee, bringing it to the forehead, squaring your hips up, and slowly, gently opening up the left knee. And relax, gently inhaling, rounding up, chin comes up last, making your way back into Tadasana, mountain pose. And when you're ready, inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, all the way down, bending at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, bringing your hands into a plank and coming down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, down dog. And once again, taking that right leg overhead. Exhale, bring it in between your toes. And inhale, come up to standing. Again, back leg is lifted, only the toes are on the floor. Hands are facing each other. Exhale, release, and bring that back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring that in between your hands and come up. Hands are facing each other. Back leg is on the toes, back leg is straight. Exhale, release, and come back into a down dog. Walking your feet in between your hands. We're going into Malasana. So bring your feet hip width apart and come down. Sit down into a squat, bringing the elbows against the knees. Hope you're sweating because I am. Bring the palms together and take 5 to 10 breaths here. This is our relaxing pose. Really a good hip opener. And relax. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend at the hips. Come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Come back into a plank. Come down to chaturanga. Inhale, and upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale in. Bring it in between your hands and come onto a pigeon. So start off by sitting up and exhale, release down onto your hands and relax in a pigeon. We're moving into the floor series now. Taking a few breaths here. And then this is going to be a fun one. And when you're ready, come up, bring the back foot towards your sit bones. And here's a really fun posture. I don't think I can even do it. So it's almost like this, but what you're supposed to try to do is bring your right hand overhead, reach towards that toe, and hold it here. Do the best you can. And release. Oh, that was good. Bring your hands back into a plank. Feet back to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring it down in between your hands. Stay up for up pigeon. Back leg is straight behind you, toes on the floor. And exhale, come down to a sleeping pigeon. Taking your time here and releasing all the worries of the day. Although I think with this tempo of a yoga class, There's no thinking, your body's moving and sweating. So that's good. Releasing the day, releasing the worries. Releasing anything that's holding you back from living your full potential. And with that, bring the back leg towards your head. And once again, trying to bring your hands towards the back leg, both hands. Doing your best here. And exhale, release. Make your way into Savasana to prepare for a bridge. So take your time. And when you're ready, make your way up into a bridge and hold it there for a few breaths. So this is supposedly a very good hip opener. It's also a good spine opener. Exhale, release. Take a moment in Savasana. And once again, come back into the bridge. Taking a few breaths here. And exhale, release. And lay down in Savasana for a moment. Inhale, hands stretch up. Give yourself a good morning stretch. Exhale, sit up. And release your hands towards the feet. Reach towards the feet. And we're going to go into a body twist. So we'll begin by taking the right leg over the left. So bring the right leg in line with the left knee. And then bend the left foot to go around the body. Can you see what I'm doing? And then inhale, left hand up. Exhale, bring that left elbow onto the right. And then twist the body, looking over the right shoulder. Hope you can see me. Here, I'll do it this way. And hold it here for 10 breaths. Inhaling in. Exhale, twist a little more. Continue breathing. If you can, take the right hand and bring it on your spine and wrap it around your body, trying to reach for that left thigh. And twist, and twist, and twist. And release. We're going to take it to the other side, so lengthen both feet in front of you. Take the left foot this time over the right. Bring the left foot in line with the right knee. Then bend the right foot to bring that right foot towards the sit bones. Make sure both sit bones are on the floor. You don't want to be lifting them up. And this time, take the right hand, inhale it up. Exhale, drop it against the left knee. Right elbow to left knee, and then twist your body looking over the left shoulder, taking the left hand and bringing it towards that right thigh. And then twist the body looking over the left and holding it here for 10 breaths. Twist and twist and twist. And release. Stay in this posture. We're just gonna inhale our hands overhead and then fold down while your knees are like this, bend together. Hold down, look down, bring your hands towards the top of your mat. Oh, that feels good, actually. So keep feet strongly flexed here. So I guess flex the toes. And it's supposed to be 2 minutes on each side. So just breathe here. David is entering the room. He's prepared for the meditation. Hi, David. We're doing a little advanced, intermediate series here with Drew.
Awesome.
We're almost done. We'll be ready for meditation soon. And release. Let's twist those hips the other way. So go back to the first posture. So take the right knee, right foot over the left knee, bending the left foot, and then coming down on this side. Opening up the hips on this side. Closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths. And release the feet. Bring them both in front of you. Inhale, hands overhead, stretch up. And then exhale, bring your hands towards your feet and hold it here for a moment. You can use your feet or your ankles to bring your body closer towards the knees, folding forwards. And inhale, open up the feet into a V. Reach both hands towards the toes and then come down. And breathe here. Keep the legs awake, so flex those toes. You want to feel the stretch all alongside the body. Bring the chin forward towards the floor. Exhale. Bring the bottoms of the feet to touch. And bring your hands around the ankles, elbows on your knees, and then again come down. Coming down the body. Exhale, release into Savasana. Almost done. Inhale the right knee towards the chest and exhale it down towards the floor and bend the left knee towards the right and then twist your body, open up to the left. And switch directions, twisting over, bringing the left knee towards the floor, bending the right knee as well, and then twisting the body over to the right. You have to do that right now. And gently coming down and lay down in Savasana. One final pose here. Inhaling your legs up and coming up, and press your body up and see if you can come up onto bringing your hands on your spine and lengthening your legs up. Exhale, bring the knees towards the body, towards the face, and then wrap the knees around your head. Exhale, release, roll down, and come laying down on the mat. And take a few breaths here and release in Savasana. I hope you enjoyed that intermediate hip opener. And take a moment to melt your body. Allow yourself to completely relax. Release the body and let your mind soften. Taking this time to fully relax the body. Taking your breath into the belly. And exhale out. Taking your time and fully relaxing the body. Trying to bring about a state of happiness, of joy, of bliss. If that seems to be hard right now, maybe find gratitude. That's a good state to start with. And all you have to do to find that state is think of something that you're grateful for. So we're just trying to elevate our state of consciousness here, elevating our emotions, elevating how we feel inside. And if it's a little difficult, just find something you're grateful for. Grateful for this day, grateful for this practice, grateful for this breath. And in the state of gratitude or happiness or joy, take your attention and take your breath to the part of the body that needs it the most. So whether it's your hips, your knees, your shoulder, your head. And take that state of joy, gratitude, happiness with you to that part of the body. So feel those positive emotions and associate them with wherever it might hurt, or you might have a little tension or agitation, and bring that awareness and that state into that part and breathe into it. If it helps, bring a little smile to your face. Continue to breathe into that part of your body, completely relaxed. Elevating the cells in that part of your body with your consciousness. Elevating the molecules in the cells with your consciousness. Breathing into it. Softening your gaze, relaxing the jaw. Imagining a white light begin to embrace your body through your breath. And taking that white light again to that part of the body that might need healing. Imagining that light spreading through that part, to the muscles, to the bones, to the cells, to the molecules. And you're doing this from a state of gratitude, joy, love, compassion. Healing your body through your mind. Continue to take your breath there. Fully relaxed, at peace. Your body is still. If any negative thoughts slip in, see if you can release them, coming back to your breath and returning positive thoughts, positive emotions. Reminding yourself that negative brings negative vibration, positive brings positive vibrations, and healing. If it's hard to come back to the positive, think of something you're grateful for. Continuing to envision this healing light in your body. Spreading all over the body. From the toes, up to your ankles, to your knees, to your hips, to the organs, to the lungs, to the heart, to the liver, up the chest, to your shoulders, down the elbows, to the fingertips, and up again. Imagining this light coming up the throat, on your face, to the head. See yourself full of light, all around you. Deep breath into your belly. Exhale slowly. Again, inhale in. And exhale slowly. Now imagine yourself fully healed, fully able and moving. Where would you be? What would you do if you were at 100%? Imagine that future self and allow yourself to be in that future self state. Whatever activity you might be doing, or just feeling your best, feeling the optimal best. Where would you be? How would you feel? Just take yourself there to the future you. What functions will your body be able to do? What mental capabilities and state of mind will you be at? Taking a moment to envision and being in the future. The reason sometimes we don't heal as fast as we'd like to is because we're constantly replaying the past, focusing on what has happened, focusing on the past allows the mind to think constantly about the past thoughts, not being able to create a new future. When we shift our perspective and shift our thoughts and focus on the future, we're no longer living in the past. We're able to create something different, something new, because your body follows the mind. So focus on what it is that you want to create. What is it that you want, the future, and bring that into your present by thinking about it, imagining it, and shifting your thoughts there. And this time you can take a moment and imagine more than just your capable, healthy body, but maybe something that you want to do with your life that you haven't done yet. Maybe a future dream or a goal. Could be maybe falling in love and being in a relationship. You can imagine a special someone next to you. Could be progression in your career. You can imagine what that would look like. Maybe your own office with a beautiful view. Take a moment and take yourself to that future you, focusing on that for just a few breaths. Making sure that you're still in an elevated state of emotion. Imagining that future you, how will that make you feel? Bring that feeling into your body right now, right this second, as you breathe here and imagine. Because in order to create that future, you have to feel that feeling now, that excitement, that joy. Have to come from abundance, not lack. Have to come from bliss, joy, happiness. That way you will attract that into your life. Focus your breath, focus your mind onto that future self, and stay in an elevated emotion. And release. And let it go. Come back to your breath. Now release the thoughts. Release the images. Just breathe. Release and let it go. And now release and have no expectations. Taking our mind just to our breath. Finish up with just a few breaths. Releasing all the thoughts. Finding stillness. Allowing yourself to return to your breath every time in between the thoughts. Following the breath in and out. Finding the stillness in between the breaths, the stillness in between the thoughts. Inhale in. Inhaling back into the body. Exhale, gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rolling the wrists and ankles. Taking your knees towards the chest, rocking up and down or side to side first, massaging the kidneys. And you can choose to rock up and down or do another gentle body twist. Or you can come into a fetal position on whichever side you prefer. Taking your time slowly and gently coming back to a seated posture. Keeping your eyes closed, bringing the right hand on your belly, the left hand on your heart. Acknowledging the two other brains that we have in our body, the heart and the gut. Allowing them to also be present. Following all the brains in the body and listening to all of them. Being present with your body throughout the day. Your gut is your intuition, and your heart Your heart is really the biggest brain, most important brain, always following the heart, always following the desires of the heart, because what comes from the heart is love. And our actions and our words and our thoughts should be always coming with love, with compassion, with kindness. And when we don't align with that, noticing, becoming aware of the darkness that does exist in our body, the shadow, acknowledging it, loving it as well, and returning to love. And with that, bringing your palms together at your heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me, for being here with me, for being present, for working on yourself. Because when you work on yourself, you really are doing good for the collective, because we're all part of one consciousness. Thank you so much. Bowing down to the divine that's in me, that's the divine in you. Bringing your palms to your third eye and gently bowing down. Namaste.